Good evening and welcome here to the Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament, and here we have this fantastic magic featuring some heavy hitters of the Zelda 1 Randomizer. We have on your left homerjsmash, and on your right we have Paratroopa. I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by the voice, Lost Cards fan.
It's great to be here, Rick. And yes, you couldn't have mentioned it better yourself, is that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of fireworks, a lot of firepower in this match. You've got the defending runner-up in our last Zelda Randomizer tournament, homerjsmash, and you've got Paratroopa, who really made a lot of strides in her last tournament. And I'll tell you what, homerjsmash had 2 wins, Paratroopa 1. This is one of those pair-up, pair-down matchups. But if homerjsmash wins tonight, he'll automatically punch a ticket into the bracket stages of the tournament.
All right, so what do you think is going to be the 3 Triforces that we begin this race with?
Hopefully it's 6, 7, 8, but I'm going to say it's 1, 2, 5.
1, 4, 6.
Pretty good. I like your guesses.
I like the file names.
A lot of A's, which is hopefully what our commentary grades will come back as after we are done here, because anything that's less than an A, I feel like I failed.
Yeah, well, we are about ready to begin. homerjsmash on your left, Paratroopa, the 1 and 2. homerjsmash, the 2 and 1. Here we go. This race about to begin. What is going to be the theme of this seed? Here we go.
Well, considering I'm on commentary, I think the theme is going to be struggling to purchase items because the secrets are not going to be up to par. And number 2, I think we're going to see the wand be elusive for both of our runners here. No Armos item here, but level 2 found immediately. A very interesting start spot. You are near 3 Armos statues.
And we have the Triforces out of, looks like 3, 4, and 6. 3, 4, and 6 are the Triforces that we begin with this seed. Darknuts, Overworld.
Wow, I completely missed them. I said 1, 2, 5, and there is 30 rupees as our medium secret, so that is your vanilla amount, but it is below the mean, so hopefully the small and large secrets will be a little bit of an improvement.
That is vanilla, as you just pointed out, and Paratroopa trying to sneak the way into the level 5 spot, but realized upon the death that when the Armor spots move, that also means that that entry into level 5 also moves as well. Darknuts and also Wizrobes in the same dungeon. Ew.
Oh, that is absolutely disgusting. So finding the wand is definitely going to be paramount against those Darknuts, but unfortunately they'll do you no good against Wizrobes. The only weapon that'll help them defeat Wizrobes are those bombs.
Yes, indeed. And of course, the other big thing here is the fact that for this round of the tournament, the white sword is guaranteed to be the red candle. There's one of our bomb upgrades. That would be the magical sword bomb upgrade.
Yep, that is correct. That is bombs plus anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts would be needed to pick it up. Now, since it's near start, you may see the runners make a play for it, especially if they have to spend bombs to muggers. And our small secret, just a little bit above the vanilla amount at 11 rupees.
So we have 11 and, Paratroopa taking a dead, trying to bully the way around the Grias. Grias really don't care if you try to bully them. homerjsmash is trying to make sure he doesn't get sniped by this red Gria. Thankfully, that red Gria didn't turn up because he's been known to do that in the past as well. It does get to the level 2 spot. Level 2 spot is a take any road.
All right, 1 to the coast. And Paratroopa checking vanilla white sword spot to find some money and a medium for 30. 1 to Death Mountain. You always love to see that. That is, I believe, the potion shop next to level 9 and the other further away from Death Mountain.
That is correct, but it does give you an idea.
C+.
Does give you the ability to check this graveyard Armos statue coming up here, as long as you don't get bananaed. And trying to just gingerly walk your way. And you got to be worried because these Gorias know how to snipe you.
Yeah, and those boomerangs do 1 heart of damage, so any contact damage or the damage from the boomerang is going to send Homer J back to start. Does get to the staircase, and we find our expensive bait is vanilla.
I believe that means that the Death Armo screen is going to be where the item is to be found. It's going to be where Homer comes up next, but I am hoping. I think he was really, really hoping that, hey, there's our blue candle at the desert shop. That's good for Paratroopa. But homerjsmash really. This is going to be kind of an interesting scenario here, and having Grias in the overworld really, really can make things dicey. If they're on that screen, they're not. You got rocks. That's probably the second worst thing.
And trying to pause buffer. It's the ladder. Can he get to it in time?
He did. He also duped one of those Armos. You see, there was 4 of them on the screen.
That was absolutely fantastic. Well played by homerjsmash. Yeah, Paratroopa did get the candles, so now Paratroopa can do some exploration, and it is a little bit of a weapon, but you'd like to have that red candle or something either better to have that permanent weapon.
And I like what Paratroopa is doing here. She is making her way over here to get the information as well, to kind of focus on these Armos, and she will soon have Gambles gets 16.
Nice. Homer J tried his luck at the money-making game, was not successful, losing 6 rupees and the any key, and has the ladder and only has half a heart. He's going to have to try to find a line if he can help it, but that's tough with 4 blue Octoroks.
Just trying to get them into a spot where they can't shoot and forge.
Almost.
But you know it's there. You're going to go back for it. Paratroopa about to get the ladder has a much better chance of grabbing this here as long as she doesn't get really bullied by the Armo. She will have 1 free hit to take coming up here. As homerjsmash going back into level 2.
Unfortunately, struggling with the screen scroll here, and she's getting bullied by that Zora as well. There we go.
There we go. Yep. The good thing is that that's the only enemy on that screen, the only enemy that can be on that screen. She does get the ladder and try to get around so she could check the island, the lake shop, but did not. Takes the death, and she'll probably do exactly what we just saw from homerjsmash. Try to get over here to the island to find out what the item is going to be.
Meanwhile, Homer J up an 8 out of level 2 without any kind of combat weapon.
Nice move there from Paratroopa using the candle flame to avoid taking 2 hearts damage by the Dark Nuts.
There's a medium secret for Homer J to septuple his rupee count to 35.
It's amazing how you can come up with that word immediately.
Oh, yes. When you're good at numbers like myself, you'd be surprised. In any event, homerjsmash to vanilla level 5, more money, a small secret for 11. Distribution of money is 7 medium, 3 large, 4 small. Now Paratroopa trying to find the breakaway, but misses the tile, gets the key.
The more important thing is the fact that she got it, as opposed to homerjsmash who didn't. It's not going to elude homerjsmash for too long. Just the fact that she was able to pick that up is really, really good.
Indeed. So pretty much you're seeing homerjsmash following the same footsteps we saw Paratroopa earlier in this race. Now she's going to check the vanilla level 8 spot and find... Go! That's a door repair penalty of, I want to say it was 22, but we'll find out later.
We have many eyes watching the chat, and they'll give us the answers shortly. We find level 8. Paratroopa is going to do the up and A, get the free replenishment of her health. As homerjsmash getting bonked around there by a Zelda.
You see that? homerjsmash up A, thinking that was the door repair penalty. We know it is not the door repair penalty.
Yeah, but it's understandable why he would think it.
Certainly. More Wizrobes. So that's 2 and 8, both Wizrobe infested dungeons, which means Dark Nuts will be there as well.
No, they're not.
Why not?
Because Dark Nuts are over here in the overworld.
Oh, Lionel's.
Yeah, Lionel's, yes.
That's it.
Wark.
And with the any key, we don't have to play 2-door Monty. We can just pick any door. Look at the price of the blue ring at $230. Nice price on the bombs. 10% discount at 18 rupees.
You know what the thing with that rupee price for the blue ring?
That's the minimum price.
It's the minimum it can be.
I believe the maximum now, some people claim they've seen 255, Rick. I've never seen it. I still think it's 254. Here's level 4.
It's still annoying when it's more than 250.
Oh, absolutely it is, because most of the time it's going to be 250, because if the plus or minus 20 randomizer falls out of the range of 255, it's just going to set it at 250.
And here's some enemies that Paratroopa cannot kill at this point, but you don't really want to walk into them either, because they do 1 heart damage if you do walk into them. Here's enemies that can kill you if they touch you, like that.
Or if he gets zapped just like that. Back to start, Paratroopa goes. Homer, using bombs, does get a force out of that Stalfos and a nickel.
Nice force, by the way. I definitely got to give a lot of credit to that one, as Paratroopa did get the ladder as well. Just a note for our wonderful tracker behind the scenes. There's level 9 found. It is located over southeast of level 2.
Yeah, our tracker tonight is Chest Jerk, who had one heck of a comeback in his match earlier this week.
Go watch that VOD if you haven't watched it already.
All right, so now homerjsmash checking out Northeast Tyrol. Here is the Letter Cave, and we've got another casino. Nothing doing for Homer.
Yeah, he's already done his one gamble of the seed. He's good and done right now. Sadly takes a bop to a Armos walking up into it, as Paratroopa continues to do some torching of the area, and we get another small secret for 11 rupees.
Yeah, I believe that's 3 we have seen so far out of the 4. And there's again that expensive bait shop. 147 rupees is the price of that shield.
Oh!
Hello! Now that is what I call an LOZ approved seed. 140. Yeah.
You're on commentary.
It doesn't make any sense, Rick. But I'll tell you what, Paratroopa has just gotten 170 rupees. She's got 253. She could buy a blue ring if she wanted to, but she has found level 5 now.
And there she goes into level number 5. Level number 5 has a free Triforce for the taking, but she doesn't want to grab it just yet. Saves it for when she comes back through.
Ooh, Homer J retried. Wanted to get those rupees back or something.
So that was a single block, and Paratroopa did not attempt to try to clear out that room, maybe trying to see if there's another way around it at this point in time. Have you ever owned a root quarter?
I've never even done a root quarter before, but for those of you who are wondering, a root quarter is done when you use the whistle, but you have to do a clip. I believe it's at the northeast raft spot, and when you use the whistle, instead of taking you to where it normally takes you, it takes you 1 screen south of the magical sword.
Doesn't have to be that raft location. You can do it at both of the raft locations.
Well, yeah, but that's the one that you would see in speedruns. Ouch is right.
All right, homerjsmash making attempt number 2 at grabbing the any key. Has a little more health than he did the last time around.
It has 2 hearts, but you're still losing half a heart every time. But this time, homerjsmash comes away with the any key. Now, people might be wondering, why is it named the Rue Quarter? It is named after renowned Zelda runner and randomizer player Rue Slugs.
And tournament participant.
And there is the Triforce for Paratroopa. She's going to go ahead and pick that up. So that is the first new Triforce piece on the board. I'm guessing she will come back later. It's looking like that's what she's going to do.
Looks like homerjsmash is trying to get this room cleared away. It looks like it's good that the red Riz robes are not up in HP. Oh, that bomb split the middle right there. And unfortunately, the end result was just a key. So he's going to get his bombs back and try this again. Level 7 found for Paratroopa.
Yeah, but in this new algorithm, level 7 can be quite large. I believe the other day I saw a level 7 that was 38 rooms. So I can't blame Paratroopa for not wanting to have any part. She's trying for the pirouette. There.
Yep, trying to find a new way into this level that she has no other access to. And, well, that did not give her much of an answer at this point in time. Without any bombs, she's going to have to go ahead and leave.
No problem at all. She's going to burn the bush here. 1 screen east of Vanilla Start. That's a potion shop, but without a letter, we won't be able to check the prices at this time.
Unfortunately for homerjsmash, she's waiting for the skis to stop. And it's not stopping. By the way, confirmation that the door repair charge was a vanilla 20.
Aha, so 20 rupees was the amount.
All right, case has now stopped. homerjsmash can now go ahead and open up the door and go on through. And Paratroopa inside of this level 6 can't do a whole lot with it. But we don't know if we really need to do this level 6 either. This level 2 is looking rather dicey. And that was a great attempt there by homerjsmash. It's just, I think that bop around removed any chance he could have had of getting a force bomb drop.
And yep, you are correct. Paratroopa went from 233 to 213. So yep, confirmed vanilla 20 rupee door repair penalty. 9 of them scattered throughout Hyrule. And there's another one. Here's homerjsmash. He'll finally get his candle almost 14 minutes in. Right now, to me, it's anybody's guess who could be winning here, but Paratroopa going to spend money on bombs and going to get the full complement. All right, Homer going back to level 4. So far, we found a lot of levels, but a whole lot of nothing in those levels. We just can't get around this difficult enemy set. Just not enough resources at the moment. All right, Paratroopa, another door repair penalty. So another large secret would definitely go a long way towards Paratroopa's wallet. She's going to check now the vanilla 100 spot here at the Deadwoods and find another door repair penalty. Yikes. Here's another burn bush spot. There's a bonus cave for Paratroopa. She's going to go ahead and pick up that heart container, giving her 4 hearts. All right. Paratroopa heading to vanilla level 3, and she finds the letter. So now if we do see a potion shop vendor, we may be able to check the prices if they decide to show off that letter. Homer J continuing his trek here in level 4. Now, he's already got the Triforce piece. If he picks it up, he'll be able to refill his health. But what he's looking for is the item.
Hey, Aquamentus awaits with the Triforce.
Gee, I did not know that, old man. Wow, did you come up with that all by yourself?
Yes.
Yes, he did. You're right about that, Rick. So, if this is not a segmented level 4, if he finds a staircase, that's where his item is going to be.
All right, homerjsmash getting hit right there by the rope and squeezes his way past the moblins. Now another room with these. Now at least the ropes go down in a single candle flame.
Yeah, that they didn't roll up to 3 HP because the enemy.
That's annoying.
Yeah, because if you've played Second Quest, you know that the super ropes have 4 HP. Now, in these flag sets throughout the first parts of the tournament,
hey, there's Aquamentus. Does
maybe
he
it's
have
got maybe it does, but we'll never know it, at least for the moment. But the enemies could be, you've got your base amount, but they could roll anywhere between plus or minus 2 of that variance.
I'd love to see that compass for this level 4 to see if that Aquamentus does have the Triforce. Obviously, we don't need the Triforce out of here because that was one of our 3 gifted.
Yep, correct. As you can see, if you just joined us, 3, 4, and 6 were the free Triforces given to our runners for this sea. Now Paratroopa in that same level 4.
And I like Paratroopa's resources at this point in time, but we need to give these runners something better. Something better than just a candle flame and up to 8 bombs. Here's a potential room here for homerjsmash. This is a double block room. Could possibly be some good stuff for us. Could it be the item? We don't know. As he retreats.
Oh, but unfortunately, homerjsmash just locked himself in.
And Paratroopa purchasing some bombs at this point in time to give her a replenishment of the maximum 8.
I do wonder, no, she is not going to go back into level 4. She's going to keep doing overworld exploration.
And this kind of makes sense, because we haven't seen level 1. We haven't seen level 3. Now, of course, level 3 we've already got the Triforce from, but you know, having level 1 with the amount of items that are there, that's a very, very critical dungeon that you're going to want to find.
Now, Rick, do we have the same forced overworld block like we did in the previous tournament? Is one of our levels going to be blocked by something?
Not at this stage of the tournament. That's later on.
All right, so there is a potential that the power bracelet, the raft, and the recorder, all those may not be required.
All right, Homer J Smash with 2 bombs remaining, trying to get a double. Oh, nice force. Nice force.
Very nice force indeed to get more bombs.
And it's a staircase. Here we go. Is this the item? Yes, it is. And this is a nice item to have in Sword This. Getting the boomerang allows you to stun the enemies and be able to put them at least in a place where you can take better care of them. But we did learn one critical thing here.
Yes, unfortunately, the Keese rolled up from their normal 0 HP. That boomerang did not take them down. But yes, if enemies roll to 0 HP, like for example, say Red Octoroks, you can actually kill them with the boomerang. Plus, very useful against Dig Dogger segments.
Yeah, and the better thing to do with this is to help set up forces. That's
Absolutely.
the big thing you do with boomerangs, is set up forces. So Homer J Smash, now... We don't need that again, but it's a very useful tool to have.
Homer has found a level 9. It is near vanilla level 8, and that's a door per penny. Look at the price of wooden arrows, Rick. That's the maximum price.
I mean, if you're going to have minimum blue ring at 230, you're going to have maximum something, and that turned out to be the arrows.
Not to mention a 30% premium price on the cheap bait at 78 rupees. But again, with the large secret being 140, I don't think money is going to be an issue for any of our players, unless, of course, you pick up a large secret when you've got like 200 rupees. There's a bonus cave.
Well, I think the biggest thing here is where are, first of all, the silver arrows, and secondly, the wand. That's the big thing.
Correct. And Homer J Smash finds the transport staircase here in level 8. All levels 5 through 8 are going to have at least one set of transport staircases more if we have a segmented dungeon. And Homer J gets that. Nice indeed.
And that right there is the power of the boomerang, as he does get to at least stun them, at least somewhat. He didn't try it that time around, probably should have. So, okay, let me ask this question seriously. Aquamenus awaits with the Triforce, but that thing says Aquamenus awaits for a 1996 Dodge Caravan. Which one is it?
It's both. They've got 2 prizes to offer.
So it's a 50-50 chance?
Well, it's a 50-50 chance, or maybe it's like that generation gap bonus round, you know, Toddler's Choice, where you pick one.
That is a reference that is well past my knowledge point.
Well, it's a brand new game show, that's why.
Well, that explains it.
But in any event, here's Ganon's room, and Dig Dogger has abducted the beast, sending him off to level 9, and Homer J Smash is going to have to up A.
Our tracker is noting that the Triforce is in the trunk of that said 1996 Dodge Caravan.
See, Chester, now he's thinking. That's why we've got him on the tracker, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And no, not a Chevy tracker either. Not that car. There's a pack of bombs. Homer J's going to top it out at 8 bombs right there. Paratroopa going to the Any Roads here at Death Mountain. And she's going to continue her Death Mountain exploration, but she's down to half a heart as Homer J going back to level 2 again.
I think the biggest thing here for Paratroopa was the fact that she was trying to do the left to right screen scroll and had a little issue setting it up. So now she's going to go ahead and try something else. And, well, this is not necessarily a screen that's nice and pretty.
Did get the bomb hole at least, but yeah, the problem with these blue dart nuts, 8 HP.
Get
they could roll to
away!
Got out of the way. The problem is they could roll to as much as 10 HP.
The problem is that they exist.
Absolutely in the overworld and on that screen to boot. Oh no.
Yeah, that's unfortunate of a death there for Paratroopa. Back to start she goes. And Homer J Smash trying to get through this level 2, trying to find out what this item is. This is his like maybe
No,
fourth trip in here now.
Right, that's a shutter door room. No, he still needs to find the double block room. Wait a minute, this is level 2.
Yeah, he's just trying to find a room that's got his drop in it. That's all he's trying to find at this point.
Yep, you can't fault him for trying to clear every room here. Now, at least the keys did not roll to 2 HP, but they did roll to 1.
Yep, so you can't take him out with the boomerang, as homerjsmash now thought about heading southbound, but now tries to go towards the westbound direction. There's our Triforce in this level 2, and there is the magical sword upgrade right there for Paratroopa that we saw a little bit ago. She looks like she's heading towards level 8. Wow!
I sure hope the drop room is not there for these runners' sake. I'm sure a lot of people in the studio audience will think otherwise. Ditto for this room. Well, the good news is she got a fairy.
Fairy drop for Homer J Smash.
Nice shot with the bomb to get them grouped up as well. And even better news, they did not roll up from their 4 HP base.
Yeah, but the sad news is
no drop. Now,
bingo.
Does get one of the Lionels out of the way, trying to time it perfectly.
Okay, so the blue Wizrobes are more than 8 HP.
You never like to see that. So they either roll to 9 or 10, and it's either going to be the Lionels
11.
or 12 or 13. Wait, this is later on. Yeah, they have 10 HP base. They could roll up to 12.
Yes. All right, so Paratroopa trying to do a screen skull. Looks like nice hit right there, but homerjsmash wants nothing to do with those blue Wizrobes. And down to 1 bomb, so he's going to go somewhere else at this point in time. Now, the problem is that if he leaves the dungeon, well, he's leaving the dungeon. I was going to say, if he leaves the dungeon, that means he's going to reset everything that he did. But he wants those bombs back more than anything else.
Yep, that's exactly what the plan is. Even though, the progress is lost in that room, he just wants his bombs back to try a different path.
Paratroopa is searching up this northwest part of the mountain, finds what would have been a hint shop, but, well, hints are not very useful in this setting.
Correct. In this tournament, we're talking 100% community hints. Yeah, anytime you play like a random flag.
1!
Nice find there for Paratroopa. Level 1, 2 items to be found. Maybe one of them is the wand. But yes, I had lost my train of thought.
Well, so here's the important thing here. This is up in Northwest Death Mountain. This was the screen that had that blue darkness protecting that area. So that's going to be a tough one. There's our bait block. So we know that the bait's going to be a waste of money this time around. So we were talking about the forcing of bombs and just doing the retry strats and resetting the rooms. So that's the thing here that homerjsmash has been doing pretty well in this seed.
And Homer J just found the jackpot, and he's going to ignore that one. We know that was a 30 rupee, but he didn't want to, leave a whole lot of rupees on the table. Now he's found level 5 for the first time. Now I remember what I was going to talk about. If you were to do random percent, if you ever see the rupee prices of the hints be vanilla, you know to steer clear from them because it's community hints.
Well, yeah, I guess I can understand that. Magical boomerang for homerjsmash, and he is going to pick it up.
So one of the rare times you get to see a runner pick up both boomerangs.
Item, staircase, Paratroopa finds the raft.
And considering what we already know, we still haven't found level 3 yet. For all we know, it could be blocked. And level 3 could have an item that we need. So that's why Paratroopa is going to pick it up.
Because until you get the recorder, you have to play it like you don't have access to all the spots.
Same with the power bracelet.
Bingo.
All right, nothing doing there for Homer J. Now, we see that the price of keys was 70 rupees, so we did get a 12.5% discount in case, keys were to be in play. Problem is, they've already got the any key, but we're so used to seeing, I'm not used to seeing any key this early in a seed. Usually runners struggle for keys like the entire time.
Laz, you're used to seeds where runners don't get 140 for the large secret.
I know. I'm used to seeing 55, 62, 81, not 140.
Hike!
That was a good one, Rick. I'm not going to lie. Here is the other bonus K for Homer J Smash. That's going to... He's thinking about it now.
Name that ink blot, level 1.
It is a number 3 that appears to be mutating into maybe the number 5.
Psychiatrists would have a field day with you.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would.
By the way, we have not seen the white sword red candle yet.
Yeah, it's probably going to be power bracelet blocked. Yeah, Moonrise and Phoenix, we were talking about that the other day, and, he's seen a lot of seeds where it's been power bracelet blocked. I wouldn't be surprised if this is another such seed.
Maybe it's wrap blocked. Oh, nice tuck in the door there for Paratroopa.
Ah, that's rough. Back to start she goes.
To see that. Almost makes me think of the looks of this level 1.
Aha.
Yes, it's mostly that's a 3, but some of that makes me think about, you remember that Activision game Boxing?
Oh my gosh, yes I do. You think they look like the boxers? I could see that.
A little bit. With that extended thing down in the bottom. Anyways, level 3 found for Homer J Smash. Where did he find this?
It was at Vanilla Level 1's location, and it's hard to believe almost 30 minutes in, neither runner checked that. So we now know that none of the goodies are required, at least to find levels. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the recorder is not required. There's always that chance you have a Dig Dogger block.
There's also the chance that we still need to get that red candle white sword, which is our first of our 2 stabled weapons.
And that is true. Having the red candle could go a long ways towards these runners, unless, of course, we find that wand. Paratroopa down to half a health. Oh, picked off by the Beamos, Rick.
Back to start. Here we go again, and Paratroopa is going to abandon this play for now, which... honestly, for me, this is interesting given where level 1 is, but I know the reason why she's probably thinking about it, and it has to do with that number 1 next to her. Count.
Yeah, only having 1 bomb left, but she is going to go back and try again, or I don't know.
I don't know either. That was a swing and a miss right there for Homer J Smash with that bomb placement.
It's like Cardinals bats with runners in scoring position. I'm used to seeing that.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
But, oh well. Homer J, once you take down 1 Lambola, leave the room, come back, the other one will disappear with it. Good news is that the gels did not roll above 0 HP.
I think, actually, I think what Paratroopa is trying to do is get down this staircase.
Ooh, yes.
Finally does get around it.
Unfortunately, misfired on the candle and ended up taking damage to that Octorok.
Better to take
aha,
damage.
That's what you wanted.
Better to take damage to an Octorok than to take damage to a Dark Nut.
Yeah, orange Dark Nut's 1 heart of damage, blue Dark Nut's 2 hearts of damage.
Blue Dark Nut means you go back to that start position and you don't like it.
Yeah, and again, the problem is blue Dart Nuts, if they rolled up, you need 3 bombs to take just 1 of them down, Rick.
That's disgusting.
It really is. I mean, they're one of the worst enemies in the game, bar none. Nice boost. Very nice boost. Show up an A here to get the 3 hearts.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. Trying to find what the floor drop is, which could be in any room except for, well, there's a few exceptions to it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few exceptions to it.
One of them is this room right here. Cannot be a drop room. Obviously, the Triforce room could not be the answer as well. And am I crazy, but did the Wall Masters roll up too, which has been making this a little more adventurous?
No, you're not. You're not crazy because they normally have 2 HP, so they must have rolled up to 3 or 4.
Oh, hi there, Gliok.
Ooh, what a surprise there. And Homer J Smash is like, nope, forget it. I'm out of here.
Because there's only one way to kill a Gliok in Swordless.
That's with the wand. You can't even do it with bombs. Or the arrows, for that matter, with the bow.
If I'm Paratroopa right here, I go back into that room, Oh, that's a bad decision. That's a bad decision, and the reason why that's a bad decision is what Paratroopa should have done is go back to that Wallmaster room, try to kill at least 3 of them with the bombs, and then go back and claim those bombs.
Yep. Resource management right there, Rick. Hopefully that will not come back to burn her, as Homer J Smash. Now, both runners have 6 hearts, so they would be guaranteed to pick up the red candle if they can find it.
Big key word, if.
Oh, yeah. Because we may never even see it. All right, nice shot with those bombs, but there's a couple more left to go. So 3 HP they rolled to.
So they rolled up 1, which is unfortunate. House! Oh!
Great find there for Paratroopa, and indeed, it was the Wallmasters guarding it. Well played. Now she just has to clear this room. She'll get her Triforce, and it'll be a very nice clear of level 1. And Rick, disgusting news. Blue Moblin's up to 5 HP, but no matter. There's your Triforce.
Does that really surprise you at all?
Absolutely not, Rick.
All right, so that is a huge find there for Paratroopa, level 1 with a required item. Pretty good right there. And unfortunately, Paratroopa did not get the candle flame to work out for her at all, so she takes the death and will be finding herself back to start here.
Yep, during the bracket stages of the tournament, the white sword item will always be the red candle, but that will change once we get to the bracket stages.
And that is going to be coming up here in a few weeks. Level 6 for Homer J Smash. Is he going to be thinking about going through here? No, not yet. Paratroopa is immediately booking it here for the last spot, wanting to take advantage of what she just found. Again, with the red candle still outstanding. Could she get lucky? Not there.
No, that's just the Riverboat Casino, Rick.
I think the dough on Homer J Smash's side summarizes it pretty nicely at this point in time. So Paratroopa, she's going to be making her way over towards the other raft spot to see if that turned out to be the red candle. Again, this is trying to bank on what you just gained. And she is going to find level 3 here real soon as well.
Yeah, that's right, because she is approaching Vanilla level 1's location, which is where level 3 is. And another door per penalty at start. So now Homer J Smash is hitting the door per penalties we saw Paratroopa hit earlier. Not a nasty screen there. No wonder why nobody could get to Vanilla level 1. Look at these enemies.
Paratroopa, if she oh, that's gonna be bad for Homer J Smash, spending the 100 on the wood arrows.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault Homer for making this play, you know, considering that we've got 140 rupee large secrets, but when he finds level 1 in Death Mountain, yeah.
Alright, so Paratroopa is going to be searching out this level 3 a little bit, and this is a level that we did get to see Homer J Smash take a little bit of a look at, but we did not get to see what the item is. She's clearing out this room, hoping that this could be the answer. It's going to be the compass to a level that we already have the Triforce for.
And that is the reason why the dot that you see is not flashing. It's already been claimed, but we can still get it if we need, say, a health refill.
And right there's a interesting decision by Paratroopa to just use up the bomb as opposed to leaving the screen. At that point, I think what I would have done is just simply left the screen and then come back in to try to torch down that one remaining Tektite. So we have this here with some of the Lammolas.
Moldorms. I can see why you get them confused, because they are inverse and linked to the past. Yep.
Moldorms, rather. And so that room, by the way, that you just saw Paratroopa in, that she did not kill with those blue Tektites, that's guaranteed the map.
And why is that, Rick?
Because it is the Triforce room with no drop visible.
Wow, that my mind is blown. I just learned something new today.
Anytime you see a Triforce room and there's no drop established at the very beginning, that is going to be your map drop.
And that's in any level.
That's in any level.
Wow, I did not know that. And I've been doing Zelda Randomizer races for 6 years. Okay, Homer checking the southwestern section of Hyrule and not going to go to the casino at 12 rupees.
Still no red candle.
Yeah, still no red candle, which kind of makes you believe it's blocked by some means, whether it's the recorder or the power bracelet, likely power bracelet. Then again, Paratroopa still has not checked the vanilla level 4 raft spot either.
And she will at some point, but she's getting distracted here by this level 3, and for good reason.
Well, if you're going to find a door repair penalty, man, look at all of the door repair penalties were loaded from start area through the Deadwoods.
Oh, that's gel new. That gel new.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason why I kind of have a saying called the game knows. That gel definitely knew. You are right, Rick.
What does this game know, though?
Well, it doesn't know what the lottery numbers are, unfortunately. Another door repair penalty at 0. Well, Homer J's now being opportunistic, being broke. And
they just don't go away.
Nope, that's right. They don't. They just don't go away. You're absolutely right.
As Homer J Smash.
So
checking the surface area here.
Very nice. Yeah, you would normally find a 30 rupee in second quest, but here it's the big bucks, 140 rupees.
Yeah, when you have 0 rupees, that is a very, very nice find. And there's the other of the hint shops that turns out to be nothing. All right, here we go. Level 4 Raspot coming up.
Well, we're about to find out what it is. Is it going to be a docking fee? Is it going to be the dock that pays her? Is it going to be the red candle? Or is it going to be some shop? Let's find out.
It's going to be a take any.
How about none of the above? Wow, a take any behind vanilla level 4. So that's going to put her at 8 hearts. Homer going to be spending more money on bombs. I'll tell you what. We're almost 40 minutes in, and Homer is still yet to pick up a Triforce.
And Paratroopa, unfortunately, can get the screen. Skull goes back to start here. So I think this kind of puts us in a spot where I think there's only one location on the overworld that we haven't seen yet.
And which spot have we not seen yet? The Forgotten spot?
I'm thinking that it's going to be north of that ladder that Homer J Smash just passed by, because we saw Paratroopa try to get there from the left, but wound up saying no because of the fact that there was nasty enemies on that screen. So she wound up just passing up on it.
Right, and we totally get that decision right there. There's the last of the Take Any caves. Homer has not seen them all yet, but we have, so that's 7 hearts now for Homer.
So Homer J Smash is getting himself closer to a position where he's going to find this level 1. And so blocking this one spot here at the top of the mountain is just a lone Octorok, and that is going to be another of the Take Any's. Chest Jerk's going to give us a gotta have heart.
Yeah, we had seen that on Homer's side. There's 9 hearts now for Paratroopa. One more would give her a shot at 2 extra bombs. Again, near start, so you may see the runners make a play for it.
Yeah, it looks like Paratroopa is going to be making her way over towards the Forgotten spot. I don't know. Oh, can't be taking a boomerang to the back like that.
No, that's a 1 heart damage right there. So one more bop from anything and back to start. Ooh, can't get the screen scroll though, unfortunately. Homer, gonna sip that potion, does not want to take this death here in the overworld.
And that is totally understandable. Looks like Paratroopa's making her way back to level 3, has to play dance around with the red Dark Nuts, gets in, breaks through the tackle, and into level 3.
Yeah, those are some very nice bobs and weaves right there by Paratroopa to make it to safety there.
That was a nice use of the candle there for Homer J Smash. Gets rewarded with the discovery of level 1, which we found earlier has the raft that doesn't do anything but the silvers that are required to kill Ganon, and probably make Homer J Smash feel a little salty in a way that he spent 100 rupees on wood arrows, but you just don't know sometimes.
That is true. And, there's still one more large secret left for Homer. I think we've only found 2 of them. I'm starting to think the third one is blocked.
Yep, and so too is the red candle at this point in time. As Paratroopa is going to check this spot over here and find out that it's a hint shop.
The book is in level 10. Well, if the book is in level 10, then that means the book is absent in the seed, which means no instant map for these runners. We're just kidding, of course. There is a book somewhere in one of these 9 levels.
Which book is it?
Let's see. The Book of Korodai.
If you say so.
Paratroopa just topped out her wallet at 255. Now at max, well, she's going to lose 20, though.
I think it's going to be one of those choose your own adventures.
Yeah, right? All right, so Homer again, looking for the silvers. Again, as you recall, we have to clear a wall master room to get those silvers.
homerjsmash finding the key right there. And goes into this room, sees what the fun things are in store. Now, the advantage for homerjsmash is, remember, the fact that he's got that boomerang, so therefore he's going to be able to lock those wall masters in place when he does get over into that room.
At the forest, Paratroopa will fill up her health as Homer's about to find the raft here.
Yeah, but he's also going to investigate this room because he's under the assumption that this is going to be a drop room, which could very well. We didn't see Paratroopa do this room here, and homerjsmash has no idea that there's a room to the left at this point because he doesn't have that map.
Right.
So there is the wrap pickup for homerjsmash as Paratroopa is just cleaning up a few locations. We've got to find something real soon that helps unlock this seed.
Well, we gotta find the wand.
The wand, the power bracelets to get the red candle. I mean, the wand could very well be in level 9. The bow could be in level 9 too.
Yep, correct. For these flag settings throughout the tournament, important items can be found in level 9. I know you folks might be used to important items not being found in level 9 in previous tournaments, but here in the All Boards, No Swords tournaments, anything goes in level 9.
I saw a race a few days ago where it turned out to be that the wand and the bow were both in level 9.
Ooh, that's nasty. Could it happen again tonight?
And Paratroopa restocking on bombs, and homerjsmash trying to clear out this room here first.
I'm going to say... Go ahead.
I was just remarking about the fact that he tried to get the 3 hits on that red moblin over here, and then found out that he was just a little short.
Yep, and then Homer seeing the bad news that a bomb isn't going to take down a blue moblin either, and there is the map now, but he is out of bombs.
And this is not an easy level, considering the fact that it takes 5 hits to kill a blue moblin. He is not going to get any bombs out of this, so he's going to have to retreat out of here. Although, this is the room that he needs to do. This is the room that's got the silver arrows. If he's able to complete this room, and it can take multiple times. Nope, he gets it right first try. There we go. That's a good find for homerjsmash.
I must say, what an efficient level 1 here for Homer. This may be the ticket to his comeback.
And the big thing here for why homerjsmash was able to do it faster, is the boomerang. We've again have just doubted about how this boomerang has been a big boon.
Oh, and even better news for Homer J is that the blue moblin is not the dominant enemy. It is instead the Stalfos, so it should be an easy clear for him en route to the Triforce. Here's the staircase in level 7. Now you're gonna have to do a difficult clip if you don't want to be clearing all these Stalfos.
And Paratroopa gets the clip, gets rewarded. Ooh. Red ring. Not a required item, but you are never, ever going to disagree with the finding of that.
And, you know, considering that the runners have been spending their rupees on bombs, that is a fantastic find for Paratroopa because that's going to quadruple her defense.
Absolutely. So now the biggest thing that she's concentrating on in this level 7 is the Triforce. Now, the thing is, I believe, if I remember correctly, level 7 is one of the levels that the Triforce can spawn in that room with the Stalfos.
That's right. Now, Level 7 now, of course, in the newer shapes algorithm, as I had mentioned earlier, could be 38 rooms, but it could be as small as 20 rooms.
Why would you do that to our runners?
Well, there was a race I was calling earlier this week, and it actually happened to be the case. In fact, both races I've called, level 7s and level 8s have been massive, and level 9 has been not so massive.
You know you're going to wear out your welcome if you do this to our runners too much.
I know, but hey, that's the beauty of me being on commentary. You never know what kind of seed you're going to get, and usually there's going to be some kind of trolliness involved, whether it's the maps, the dungeon layouts, the enemy set, or the money. One of those things is going to go awry.
How about a Goma?
Well, luckily for Paratroopa, she's not going to have to worry about taking it down unless it happens to be a drop as well.
And it's not going to be, since it's a staircase that she just emerged from, and it turned out to only take her, 3 rooms?
And luckily also no super manhandler, but oh shoot, and she's trapped in.
Nah, that's not a big deal.
Well, it could filter to the right direction to get this Triforce here. That's what she's looking for. Now, she's going to try to bomb, and is able to bomb to the right. Good guess.
Well, level 7 being as big as level 7 is, you almost have to think that it's going to do that to you at some point in time. That room right there is not going to be a drop room, so she'll concentrate her efforts on this room right here.
And the old parenthesis room, which could be a push block room, yes, is never drop.
In this quest. Obviously, second quest, a different story, but we are playing first quest here when it comes to shapes.
Now, Homer is going to check the raft spots. He'll see the Riverboat Casino, nothing doing.
Yep, and he already checked the level 4 one to find nothing there as well.
No, that was the bonus cave there. He picked up the heart. Nice shot there. That was the old wall shot strike that Paratroopa got on Manhandla. Very nice. Got the bombs too.
Nice to the fact that it bounced into it.
Yep, that's why it's the wall shot.
Wall shot, bank shot. I think we both call it about the same thing here.
Well, it's a bowling term. It'd be bank shot if it was pool.
Or basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
Ever play bank shot basketball?
I haven't played basketball in a long time. Hey, that's a nice level 7 there for Paratroopa. It is over and done. Very good.
Used to be a facility around here that did bank shot basketball, but they closed it like decades ago.
Oh, that's too bad.
So, homerjsmash back inside of this level 3, gonna get this compass that he doesn't really necessarily have, but it allows him to know what room he doesn't have to worry about clearing when it comes to any room drops, maybe trying to find some bombs, or whatever the case might be. As Paratroopa now goes into level 6, we're starting to get into that part of this game here where we need to go back into a level that we have the Triforce for already, whether by gift or already have it in our inventory.
And there's some bad news.
We need something.
Yeah, we still need the wand, we still need the bow, and more bad news. She just got swallowed up by a light clag, and that's going to require 3 bombs to break out because they did not roll down -2 from their 9 HP.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but this is her trying to make sure that she keeps her health. But I think I would, in this case, knowing this enemy set, but I don't think she knew what this enemy set was when she got swallowed.
There's the map for homerjsmash. 18 rooms this level 3.
I don't know what to call that, but it almost feels like a wall master.
I'll tell you what that is. That is a person pushing up. Oh, and it's the maximum upgrade of 6 bombs for 103 rupees. Just enough cash for Homer.
Yeah, which he just had 101. That is a huge find.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, that ink plot, that is somebody pushing a bobsled just to start a race.
A map for level 6 has been discovered.
Not all that big.
Name that inkblot.
E.T.
That could be. I was thinking Liberty Bell, but
not bad. I see the little crack, yeah. Only 30 rooms. I've definitely seen much bigger level 6s than this. Follow me on Twitter, Zelda Old Man 1. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Twitter account right now or somewhere down the road.
It was at some point. I don't know if it's been updated in years.
But in any event, Paratroopa.
This could be an item room.
This is true. The one with the 5 two-block segments right here, the 5 loungers, I like to call it.
I just call it 5 pairs.
Well, 5 pairs works, and Homer is going to use the last of his potion.
Yep, his pair of potions have now gone down.
Nice shot with that bomb, and this is our item. What do we got?
And the item in level 3 is the white sword upgrade.
So that is more extra bombs to his capacity. He can now hold 16.
So level 3 contains a bomb upgrade of +8.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic.
And now we return to the scene of the crime that these two runners were in 53 minutes ago. Level 2.
Yep, because now with all of these bombs, at least on Homer J's side, he'll have an opportunity to maybe take these down now. Blue Lionels, if they roll the -2, that'd be great, but they didn't. So it's either 5, 6, 7, or 8. Still has to be careful because it's 2 hearts of damage every hit you take, but is on the right and gets a clock to finish off the last Blue Lionel, and it's the compass. But that's not insignificant, except if you know where the Triforce is already, because Homer's not picking it up.
Yeah, he's already seen it. He's been by it several times, and Paratroopa now trying to investigate this room as well. Check the bomb spot, doesn't do anything. Checking the other direction, doesn't do anything. And she will now torch her way over to the door. I think she had the red ring.
Yeah, because instead of taking 2 hearts of damage, she's only taking a half a heart of damage.
54 minutes into the seed, you have not really found your permanent weapon at all. What is going through these runners' minds, Laz?
Well, they're probably thinking one of 2 things. Either I am way behind and I have completely missed the level I needed to be in, or they're thinking this is, it's one of these seeds where I could be up all night.
I have to work in the morning.
Well, so do I, but I work from home. I know you don't get that luxury, but yeah, it can be rough. I mean, I still recall that one all boards, no swords race I did. I had to drop out midway through because we were at the 2-hour mark and we were nowhere near completion. I think it turned out to be like a 4-hour seed.
Was that infamous 3-hour and 45-minute seed that people troll somebody about?
Yes, that's the one. Because I believe Jiggly Saint was the one who took my place because it was getting way too late in the evening, so I had to stop. If it was not a weekday night, I obviously would have kept going, but you know.
That's a placebo heart there for homerjsmash because a Wizrobe beam will still kill him.
As will the Lionel beams.
Yeah, but at least you can hug a Lionel.
Yeah, because they do 1 heart of damage, the orange ones. But
wow.
Well, that's good. However, he's hoping that the Lionels are the dominant enemy, and it's hard to say.
Those 2 blue Wizrobes won't really want to say no.
They most certainly do.
And he's down to 4 bombs, so he's got to have to make some sort of progress here. Trying to dance around the blue Wizrobe. Oh, no!
And he's picked off from behind, so back to 3 enemies in that room and only 3 bombs left.
He got caught trying to steal first.
Oh, I still remember a few years ago when Gene Segura actually successfully stole first, only to get caught stealing second a second time.
You know, Lance, it amazes me how you can pull these references out of you without even thinking about it for half a second.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the goofiest plays I've certainly ever seen. And the funny thing is, it was an illegal steal of first because he was already at second base and the umpires let it go.
All right, so homerjsmash retries and gets himself back into this level 2 with a full capacity of 16 bombs. Another crazy thing is that if he finds the other bomb upgrade, he can have a full capacity of 22. But he can't afford it at 4 rupees, obviously.
No. We don't even know. I'm thinking the second bomb upgrade's probably in level 8. Is Paratroopa going to restock on her bombs again?
The second bomb upgrade is located in level... Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be in level 9, but you can see 3 mugger rooms in level 9. Here's Paratroopa back into level 4.
This is unfortunate for her because this, as we know, was where the wooden boomerang is. So it's fortunate, but unfortunate because we are getting to that point where we really need to find some sort of progression that helps move this seed along.
Speaking of mugger rooms, all I had to do was talk about it and the situation presents itself, and Homer would rather not spend his bombs if he can help it.
Why would you?
Well, I know, 16 bombs, level 9, you have to play everybody's favorite Hylian game show, Find the Bomb Hole, and look at these blue wizards I hate it when they dance on the door like that.
And the fact that they're the dominant enemy makes it even harder, and they blocked the map that lets you know that there were rooms down here. Now, that mugger room is required if you want to get down to those 3 rooms on the bottom.
Yeah, and there's always that chance the item that you're looking for is in that room. But Homer is going to try to full clue the rest, hoping that the mugger room is not required.
This room has a chance. It is! It's the bow!
It's the bow. Great find there for Homer. Now just has to get back to the Triforce, and he'll be finally done with this level 2. But boy, what a journey to get to where you need to be. Having that map was huge, Rick.
Well, he didn't stop believing.
Of course.
So now we can move the seed on just a little bit.
Yeah, this could be the opportunity for Homer to make a comeback here on Paratroopa. She's only got 2 more Triforce pieces that she needs, but she's buying Homer time exploring this level 4, which again we know is Lord Banana.
Now, Paratroopa does need to get back into that level 2, so it's not like she's going to be too long without that bow. But
right.
Does need to get it. Trying to get these dark nuts lumped together. Or not dark nuts, these ropes. What am I talking about?
No, that's all right. Dark nuts, ropes, they're all the same to me. It's just the difference is that dark nuts do a lot more damage than ropes. And now Homer to level 8.
And so it be the level 8. But the rose ropes of that bow plus silver arrows will not do anything against. As we walk past the Dodongos, that good use of the candle there for homerjsmash to make sure he only loses 1/2 of a heart. Getting popped around by the blue whiz robes.
Yeah, those blue wizards, again, he does not have that piece of jewelry that Paratroopa's got, so it's going to be the full 2 hearts of damage.
And so this room right here is very, very evil, but could very well be a staircase. But Homer does not want to believe that theory at this point in time. He wants the room to be a whole lot easier. And try to get them into the corner so he can try some candle strats.
Oh, yeah, you certainly can't fault that.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're dealing with 6 blue wish ropes there, and they being more than 8 HP.
Yeah, I mean, again, 10 HP is the base. They would have had to have rolled -2. That's the only way. I mean, just a nasty enemy to deal with in Swordless.
And he gets locked into this room, and Lionel beamed, and back to start. homerjsmash goes.
Yeah, that diagonal room right there, you just have very little maneuverability, and when you're trapped in Lionels that do 2 hearts of damage with the beams, you don't have much chance there. Meanwhile, Paratroopa in the Stalfos, nice shot on the bombs.
So as we make our way through the hour mark,
threaded the needle on those 2 Stalfos, and that's where she's going to find that boomerang. She'll go ahead and pick it up.
Oh yeah, you're going to pick that up because that is going to help you lump together the enemies. So I think what it really comes down to is how fast can Paratroopa get back into this level 2 and get that bow. It looks like she might be setting herself up for this next engagement in here.
Yeah, but the disadvantage Paratroopa is going to have is that she's only going to have 8 bombs compared to the 16 that Homer had.
Homer J Smash does need to watch out with his rupee spending. Now, the group that he is fighting against does like to drop rupees like that right there. But when they come up empty, boy, do they come up empty. It looks like Paratroopa is actually setting her sights, her target, to level 8.
Ooh, just barely dodged that wizard beam. There's a nickel, 2 nickels. But is he going to pick it up? Yeah. I was going to say, don't leave that money on the table. You need that as fodder.
I'm surprised he didn't try to shoot upwards to get that. He's trying to have to bust his way out of this room locked in.
Yep, so that ends up not being a push block because that was the reverse seat with the shutter door. So, Paratroopa in the same level 8 now. And yeah, Churros 1 makes an excellent point. I know we're still a ways from that, Rick, but when we get to the bracket rounds, you could be talking about needing 4.
Oh, name that ink blot.
It's some kind of secret agent. Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Something.
Yeah. Move on. You know, if there were,
you know what it is. You know what it is, Laz.
It's one room too many for being known as 33 rooms of pure torture.
That's not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I almost. I almost wanted to say something like a kid with a kazoo, but I know that's not how you hold a kazoo.
No, it's not. Okay, I got it. It's the bad guys from Elevator Action. But it's only the top part of them and not the whole ensemble.
Oh gosh, I haven't played that game in a long time. Homer J Smash fighting a staircase. It's the wand! It's the wand!
Jackpot! And that's going to put him at Triforce and Go mode.
That is a huge find right there because that is required to defeat this game.
Yep, since there's no sword, you need the wand to take down Ganon. Your wand will do 2 HP of damage, so you're going to need 8 hits.
Unfortunately, Paratroopa getting locked into this room right here. Gonna have to be somewhat conservative with the bombs. Nice that she got the 2 of them lumped together, but you can't be using 2 bombs to kill these last remaining staffels. You need them together.
So right now there are 4 items left in play. You've got the second staircase item in level 8, which could be here where these blue Lionels are. Now this is a segment to level 8, so there is a second set of transport staircases.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it very much is indeed. It does push. Is this our second item or is it the transport? It is the second item, and you gotta have heart, and Homer J doesn't want heart, to the disappointment of Chest Jerk.
Laws. That's Chest Jerk's line.
I know, and he's doing the tracking for us today. And again, look at this. The Triforce is in the 4-room segment. I love it.
And now we try to find our way over to the eastern wing of this level 8.
So now there are 3 items left in play: the power bracelet, the recorder, and the book. And I'd say there's a pretty good chance that book's a 9.
And Paratroopa's in a really nasty disadvantage here.
Yeah, because she's got no bombs to her name right now.
Yep. She's not going to be able to get anything out of this level at this point. I don't think there was any free bomb drops either, so...
Yeah, that is going to be really, really bad, unfortunately.
She's still going to try to get her way through it, but you kind of need your shots here to work out in proper fashion here. Get the full 3 damage that these staffels are going to require in order to knock them off, but I don't think this room dropped bombs. I don't remember seeing any bombs drop in this room for Homer J Smash.
I don't either. All right, Paratroopa got 2 out of 3.
Two out of 3 ain't bad in this case.
Oh, absolutely not. All right.
right.
There it is.
But no bombs to drop. At this point, you've got to leave this.
Yep, and that's exactly what Paratroopa is going to do. I think if I was Paratroopa, I would restock on bombs and go to level 2 at this point.
We know that that's what she needs to do, because that would give her the chance against the blue Lionels, which is what she needs to kill in order to actually get the result.
Oh.
Tries the magical sword bombs at 10, does not do so. homerjsmash, get out of the door!
That blue Wizrobe really getting into Homer's face right there and trying to time this bomb perfectly because he believes this might be the transport to that 4-room segment.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God. What are you doing, blue Wizrobe? I know this is Uncle Wizzy's clubhouse, but holy smokes.
It's not.
It's a red herring. Of course it is. Wow, that is the game giving Homer J the ultimate wag of the finger right there.
You know what that pause was, Laz? That was homerjsmash dying internally.
Absolutely it was. So gonna have to come back with more resources and try to find that transport staircase a little bit later.
As Paratroopa making her way, looks like maybe heading back to a level that we have seen earlier in level 5, which is unfortunate as well. We know this is not the answer. This really is going to be unfortunate because this is going to give homerjsmash more time to catch up on the Triforce count.
Yeah, that's correct. He still needs to get the Triforce out of level 5, and now that's where Homer is.
Yep, he was here earlier. He wound up getting the boomerang as a result. There's the Triforce right immediately. And Paratroopa. The only solemn here is the fact that this magical boomerang is right early in this level, but get on out of here. The answer's not here.
Yep, so here's, and she left it behind. It's kind of one of those to each their own situations. The 2 boomerangs. You've got the wooden boomerang, which has a limited range of where you can throw it, but it is easier to control. The magical boomerang has a maximum room range, but that one could be a little bit more difficult to control. But which one runners prefer? It's for the most part in randomizer tournaments, it's neither. But for the all boards, no swords, it's to each their own.
And homerjsmash going to spend his final bomb. Get over here to this section. Would be nice to get a random bomb drop. He's going to be a little more. He's going to spend his bombs a little more freely here now that he's got the way to get some more bombs, especially in a dungeon layout like this one.
Paratroopa going back to level 3. This is where the bombs plus and the bomb upgrade was.
Yep, the unfortunate thing here for Paratroopa is her current rupee count at 96.
She needs a little bit more in order to afford it.
God, look at the 7.
And more bad news, not only did orange Tektites roll up, so did the blues.
They did?
Well, actually, no, she used the boomerang. So they didn't roll down. So the Gliok was guarding the heart here in level 7. And there is your map for level 7 right here.
Well, you gotta have heart.
True. That's
so
small.
This
23.
This was the transport staircase that we saw from Paratroopa earlier, so this is not the answer for homerjsmash.
Or I beg your pardon, 24 rooms this level 7. And if level 8 is not that big, we could be in for a really big level 9.
We already saw that level 8 map too.
Yeah, that is true. Because imagine it, the pieces connecting together. So it was 24, and I said it was 34. Yeah, level 9 is going to be big.
Could we get the legendary square?
I would love to see it. I don't think we've ever had it in tournament play before. It has definitely happened a few times, you know, as evidenced on our Zelda Randomizer Discord under the Shaping Up Nicely tab.
That's a disgusting channel.
I love it. I like to see what kind of shapes these runners end up getting, you know. On the rare occasion, we get the quintuple segmented dungeons. That's another one that has not happened in races yet.
Laws, I realize that a rectangle is a shape, but it's still disgusting.
Of course it's disgusting. It's 64 rooms. That's a lot of rooms you have to delve through.
What would you do if you saw a dungeon with 64 rooms in it?
I would probably go nuts and just cheer and absolutely say, ladies and gentlemen, history has been made here on Speed Gaming. I'd be a little more excited about that, obviously, but, you know, I want to save it in case that does happen, Rick.
So what you're warning me is that if it happens tonight, I might want to take my headphones off.
Probably. Even with the new microphone that I've got, it's still going to be robust.
All right, homerjsmash finding out that the answer for his Triforce is a little whiles away, and this is actually going to be a very good bomb upgrade for Paratroopa, considering the fact that she has 0.
Yep, that's going to take her from 0 to 10 bombs, and that's all for her. So she'll never be able to find the bomb upgrade, unfortunately, but she still has 97 rupees to her name, which could be important to buy more bombs, or could act as arrow fodder if she gets back to level 2.
And that's the thing that she does need to do. She needs to get back to level 2, and I think she's going for a health refill, so she can go into level 2. She'll do an up and A once after the health starts to go up.
And there's the Triforce. Yep, there's the Triforce for Homer. So he just needs one more. He needs to find the Triforce out of 8. Again, he knows where it is. It's just a matter of getting to said room.
There's one bomb drop for homerjsmash. And just as a reminder for those that are tuning in here, this is the pair up and pair down match. homerjsmash is the 2 and 1 runner. Paratroopa, the 1 and 2 runner.
Paratroopa would love to get a win here, to get to 2 wins, to put herself in position to make it to the bracket stages. If she loses, she will have to win next week, or she will be eliminated from the tournament.
And you know what the game of the tournament is, right?
Well, the game of the tournament is Zelda Randomizer, all boards, no swords. That's the game of the tournament.
This is when you're supposed to chime in with the don't get eliminated chant.
Oh, I did not have that on my mind. I don't know why that does not cross my mind when I do Zelda Randomizer commentary, but you're absolutely right. The gist would be to don't get eliminated.
Thank you.
Any event, Homer trying to find that transport staircase to get to that 4-room segment where he'll get his last Triforce.
Where, oh where can it be? That's going to be a really good question to find out.
Now, Paratroopa has found the transport staircase in level 6, so the next staircase she finds will have the item. And again, there are only 3 items left. You see, it's the power bracelet, the recorder, and the book. The only item that's really going to benefit her is the book.
Yeah, Paratroopa finding out the bad news that the keys do not go down quite as easily as you'd like them to.
All right, Homer, though, down to 1 heart. And, you know, health has been a factor for much of this race for Homer. A lot of crucial deaths.
Hey,
there it is.
There we go. You had to bomb in from the left or head up from the north, because it's a corridor staircase over here to the other side. Watch it pop you up all the far right, so that way you have to work for this. Nope, it's right in the Triforce room. This game was nice.
Well, kind of nice. And there's the Triforce pickup for Paratroopa. She already had it, but that's going to refill her health. I would imagine she's going to be pot committed at this point.
There's the Triforce for homerjsmash.
Oh, what's going on with Paratroopa?
I think this is the I don't know what to do movement from Paratroopa at this point. You're getting frustrated. It's an hour 17. You don't have a permanent weapon at this stage. And homerjsmash with all the ingredients about to go into this level 9 Lost Cards band. We are looking for things.
Well, we are first going to be listening for the Roar of Ganon. If we hear the Roar of Ganon, our choices are left or right. No up this time. If we hear the roar of Ganon, then Ganon is adjacent to where homerjsmash is in any cardinal direction. That is not an insignificant map. Well, the shape opportunity was there, Rick, but unfortunately there are 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 55 room level 9. If we hear the roar of Ganon, that means Ganon is adjacent to where they currently are in any cardinal direction. If we find a single shutter door room, we full clear that room, and that single shutter door does not open upon full clear, that is where Zelda is going to be.
You know, the annoying thing is that there's only 2 ways out of this. There's a power bracelet.
And we know it's not required.
Is that how we're supposed to get our red candle this seed?
Yes, that's exactly how we're supposed to get our red candle this seed. So yeah, you can put it on the board. Power bracelet in level 9, and now we got 2 items left. Paratroopa is going back to level 6. I guess she wanted to refill her resources. I would say specifically her bombs.
Yep. Well, this is not necessarily a bad staircase to find. It's just, hey, bombs on the like. That's nice to see as well.
Those are some rather explosive pancakes. And look at how Homer just yoinked those bombs away from that pancake.
I don't think I really want an explosive pancake.
If I want an explosive pancake, it's got to be explosive in flavor. Some good... Oh! Can't be hugging the Gibdos there. You know, you got your blueberries or your chocolate chips and your maple syrup, and it's the book in level 6. We now know that the last item in level 9 is the recorder.
You mean you had to go through level 9 to get the red candle?
Exactly.
You had to go through level 9 to get the red candle.
I know, it's absolutely bonkers.
No, that was a Disney show.
You're right about that. That was a Disney show.
All right, so homerjsmash making the way through level 9. Having not heard the roar of Ganon yet. Have not seen Princess Zelda.
Now, right now, time running out for Paratroopa here. Homer J has made a very impressive comeback in this late stages of the game, but that key was getting the bow out of level 2, but then the big one, having the bombs, the resources to get through that really difficult level 8.
I think that having the bow was the big turning point of this race. Definitely. Yes, the resources that he picked out of level 3 helped, but having the bow out of level 2 was the changing point of this race.
The good old false alarm. It looks like it's Zelda room, except, oh, I could push this block here. It's one of those kind of rooms, and the shutter door opens. No Zelda there. Oh, hello, Patra Wayne. Homer wants no part of him, and I don't blame him, because every time you get hit, you lose 2 hearts. He does not have the jewelry, and that's one thing that could equalize this level 9. You know, we call level 9 the great equalizer, is the fact that Paratroopa has the red ring. Homer has no jewelry, so he's taking full damage.
Yeah, but you're going to have this be a super equalizer if this was going to bring this race back at this point. Paratroopa's window is closing with every second that she's not getting to either the wand or the bow.
And another thing is that Homer does not have any potions left either, nor does he have the money to buy any, even if he wanted to.
And he's going to try to clear out this room since it is a transport staircase potential.
Oh, we're about to find out. And red herring.
Also wants to be a little careful about his rupee usage, because we've never seen races where the person has used up their last arrow before they got to Ganon, have we?
No, that's never happened before, Rick.
That has never happened in the history of Zelda 1 Randomizer. At all. Never.
I've seen it happen in nightly races. I can't say I've ever seen it in tournament races. Oh, that is nasty.
That's a nice clock for Paratroopa.
That is definitely a nice clock for Paratroopa, because that is going to push for her, and she is going to find, well, it's the heart, but she's over for the wand.
But still the nice wand.
It's also a 50-50 chance you could get 2 more bombs. Dear. Oh, dear is right.
You remember that room for that shutter door? You check this next room over to the right, see if there's a shutter door on this side, maybe. But you will remember that shutter door.
Yeah, because it very well could be another mugger room. There are two of them here in level 9, and Homer's going to have no choice but to spend a bomb.
That means we've seen all 3 of them.
Yep, 2 of them in level 9. That is definitely disgusting, no question about it. The other one was in level 2 if you just joined us.
Level 2 having the bow. Level 8 having the wand. 2 major components that Paratroopa needs to have. Required. Every seed.
And the bad news, the Zols rolled up from their 2 HP to at least 3, if not 4. And uh-oh, gets by Patra just in time.
Now trying to see if he can bomb to the south. No, he can't. Finds this staircase here. And goes all of 2 rooms.
So you got to check those staircases. You just never know if it's going to be a troll staircase like that one.
Now, the answer for Paratroopa, I think, is down in the second E, down like maybe the bottom 3 rooms. One of those rooms is the room that she's looking for, but she's not getting what she needs at this point. And at this point, you're getting frustrated. The frustration's setting in.
It most certainly is. And now with 2 bombs left, she's going to check again if 12 hearts is enough to get the bombs plus. I would take her up to 12.
And a nice one-off staircase for Homer J Smash.
Bam!
12 is enough for the bomb upgrade.
Excellent pickup there for Paratroopa. So it was either 11 or 12 as the solution for tonight. And I would imagine she's going to go back to level 8 right now.
That's exactly where she is heading at this stage.
All right, there's a transport for Homer. Yeah, the good old one-off staircases. Even though, you know, this is not a segmented level 9 per shape's definition, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to have your one-offs.
All right, I'm trying to remember, because apparently it wasn't under this E. Maybe it was under the V. It's got to be, I want to say it was under one of the rooms here in the southeast corner of this level that the answer was.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You know, you get to these, you see enough of this race, it all starts to blend in over time. And there's the recorder, and Homer J wants no part of that Olive Garden breadstick. It's too cold.
And I think this tells Homer J Smash one important thing, that he never saw the red candle. So now he knows that Paratroopa could not have gotten the red candle early in this seed, given the fact that both the recorder and the power bracelet were here in 9, and he checked everything else. So he knows that there's no way that Paratroopa had that at all.
Yes, you are right about that, Rick.
This might give him a little more confidence for the final part of this race.
Well, certainly could. Still trying to find Ganon. Bombs to the right.
And that's a roar. And
ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon.
Easy room to the north.
And under these rules, even though it's normally a single shutter door, under rule, you can see Zelda behind a multiple shutter door room if it's next to Ganon. He's got it in place 4, but he lost the stun lock.
And he's got to be careful because the high rule driver will do 4, but he gets it. There we go. He's going to check this room to the north. Is this the princess coming up here for Homer J Smash? And nope, but there it is right there.
Wow, 2 rooms away. Get your GGs out, and you needed the ladder to rescue the princess. She was in a moat room. So Homer J Smash, with that victory, is going to move on to the bracket stages of the tournament, Rick.
Yep, Homer J Smash improves to 3-1. Paratroopa not out, but is going to need to win out to have a chance to make it into the bracket stage from here, dropping down to 1 and 3. The big move in this race, once again, it came down to that bow for homerjsmash. He was dead set on checking that level 2 and got rewarded with a critical piece of the puzzle that at least gave him enough of a stable weapon so that way he could get to the wand in 8.
Well, if we would have played Name That Tune tonight, Rick, which we obviously didn't because the recorder was a 9, the recorder theme would have been Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 64. I'm telling you, Rick, you know how the new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has these like 4 new tracks that are coming out every so often? I need to see Double Dash's Rainbow Road or I'll be extremely disappointed.
That is a discussion for another day as we try to see if we can't get our winner in here, homerjsmash, to go and discuss this seed with us. And again, this here was a difficult seed. The red candle was not even accessible.
No, not accessible unless you wanted to go back out of level 9 and get it, because it was either going to be power bracelet blocked or recorder blocked. We'll never know, obviously. We would have to get the spoiler log to see exactly where it'd be, but yeah, this was absolutely a very difficult seed. You were not going to get that red candle as a permanent weapon, and you had to find the wand here in level 8. Again, Paratroopa in the correct level, just unfortunately.
So, reading the discussion here in the race room, I'm going to paraphrase it because there's language in here that's not suitable for speed gaming. However, homerjsmash will not be joining us for an interview because this ran as late as it did. So, Paratroopa's reply to this is, blank you, I'm not forfeiting. This blank is personal now. It's on. She wants to finish this thing out and can't commend her for going to want to finish this thing out. I can't blame her for wanting to at least solve this puzzle.
And I admire her determination as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. We will not be getting here homerjsmash in here to talk about this. And, you can't blame these runners. This is the amount of stuff that these runners had to do. This is the room that Paratroopa needed to complete here if she was to get this wand.
Well, she now knows about it, and she's going to have to get more bombs.
Alrighty, so as she runs off to go ahead and grab some more bombs, we do want to thank everyone for joining us here on Speed Gaming 2 for tonight as we pull up the schedule, because we got a lot of great races still to come in this tournament. A lot of great races coming up here on the Friday coming up. And just let's see, I'm pulling that stuff up right now. So coming up here tomorrow, 5 o'clock, we got Stun versus King Doll, the battle of the 1 and 2s there. And those are the 1 and 2s that you sit there and you go, how are these runners 1 and 2?
I agree. I mean, Stone 1 had a very good randomizer tournament that we just completed. And then, King Doll's been a long time veteran, but, different flag sets, different ways to play the game. For some of these runners, swordless might not exactly be their biggest cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just the fact that they've also had some difficult competition. There's been a lot of difficult runners to deal with. I mean, the fact that Crystal Saber entered this week at 0-3 should kind of signal how much this community has come along with how much they know their stuff. Also coming up here tomorrow is going to be Vincent versus Nimanva. That's coming up at 9 p.m. And Big Slamu versus Elendar, the battle of the 2-in-1s, coming up at 11 o'clock. And 11:30, Emai Steel versus Cappy JD. That's the lineup here for Friday in this Zelda 1 Randomizer All Boards No Sword tournament.
Absolutely. Cappy JD making a strong mark in the last tournament as a rookie. Did a fantastic job. So Paratroopa back into level 8. She saw the triple bar room, and it's the triple bar room that's going to give her the jackpot of that wand.
Mm-hmm. So she's going to try to get this here. Let's see if she can't get it. Come on, root on, Paratroopa. Give her some support. Give her energy. She needs this.
Well, she's got to be careful. She doesn't want to get too careless here, even with the red ring.
She's got enough bombs to get this. She's got a replenishment here on the floor. She's going to get this. All right, there we go. There is the wand.
Yeah, and she even has her boomerang just in case these Keys decide to play troll, which they don't. One pickup for Paratroopa. Well played there. It does not look like, at least according to our tracker, Rick, that we have accessible audio on Paratroopa's side.
How about now?
How about now?
I think we have accessible audio now.
You're right, and now she's back into level 2.
Alrighty, level 2 we go. She will find the other piece of this puzzle real soon. And really, depending on how she does with level 9, this could be done before you know it.
Oh, no question about it here. I mean, it's just all, I mean, she did it in a different order, but again, if she would have gotten this item out of level 2, which again ended up being the bow, we might have had a different result. But that's just the beauty of Randomizer. Sometimes you gotta route it exact if you want to put some distance on your opponent. You know, Paratroopa led for a good portion of this match, but just again, once homerjsmash, got the bomb upgrades in 3, got the bow in 2, then got the wand in 8. He just turned on the afterburners, and even without the jewelry.
Please don't leave without the item, Paratroopa. Please don't leave without the item. Okay, good. She is continuing to take this level 2. And she's going to find out that the room next to her is going to be a room that she's going to not want to partake in.
And
this game is dumb.
This game is really dumb. I did not know that. Wait a minute. Homer was able to escape that, wasn't he?
I think she went down just a little too far.
Oh, I see. So you literally do not want to move your input even an inch when you're in that mugger room. At least it's going to filter in the right direction, because we know that mugger room was not required to get the bow out of 2.
And the bow was in the room to the right of the mugger.
Yep, but she has to find the workaround.
She's got to find the bomb hole.
She's got 9 bombs. But she's going to use the wand to take down the Lionels. Again, it's a sound strat, but this is not where she's going to find the bow. But she is going to find the compass. As a reminder of where that Triforce is.
I mean, if you have the wand and you have enemies that can be killed by the wand, you're going to use that every single time once you get that wand. Which is why the fact that homerjsmash was able to find it in that level 8 was so important.
All right, one more room to the south.
And she just needs the bomb to the south here. She's going to try to tackle this room first. She's going to find out that this is not the room that she needs. Bombs down. Here we go. The bow coming up next when she clears this room.
And it's a pretty easy clear. It's just a couple of Stalfos. And there it is.
But that Paratroopa now is on the path to Triforce and go. Just needs to get this 1 out of 2. Then she can head over to level 9 and say good riddance to this seed. She ain't going that way.
No, and I don't blame her. She knows which way to go. There's another way. She was hoping to find a little bit of a shortcut, but no matter. Got to push this block. Go to the left. Yoink the Triforce away from the Stalfos, and she'll be on her way to level 9.
And the big thing here is that time still does matter. It works towards the tiebreakers.
That is correct. So even if she gets to 2 and 3, if she has a very good time, she'll still be able to qualify.
All right, as Paratroopa gets into level 9, she will be looking for the same contents that we saw from homerjsmash. If she sticks around with that upper right corner, then she will find this in a lot faster than what we saw from homerjsmash, but she's probably going to get dissuaded by, well, first of all, the fact that there's more rooms here to the left, and then secondly, the fact that, that mugger that's on the far right of this area is going to be something that she doesn't want to deal with.
Not a chance, Rick. She's the power bracelet, knows it's not required, and is she gonna burn it or pick it up for posterity's sake? Gonna pick it up for posterity's sake.
She's probably saying a few words at this point in time.
Yeah, a few choice words, I would certainly imagine, or if, as they say when I watch baseball games, a few magic words.
I always say they're words that are not suitable for speed gaming.
Exactly.
Heck, I don't think they'd even be suitable for... Nah, I won't go there.
No, that's another story for another time. Meanwhile, a Paratroopa now is heading for the right side.
I thought it was story time, though. It's getting late enough.
Well, it is 11 o'clock in my area, or midnight in the east.
Go north, go north, go north.
Oh, I think she wants more bombs.
Go north, go north, go north. Go north. You're going to hear a roar if you go north.
Well... Oh, but that's for the staircase. Wait, that's the recorder. She's going to pick this up for posterity's sake. She's toying with us, Rick. She's toying with us. But if she goes north, this is going to be a quick level 9, and this could have been the great equalizer if she was a little bit closer. But she's going south. After all that, Rick.
It's okay. It's fine, Laz. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine.
Yeah, because it's a dead end. She's got to go north now.
Couldn't bomb out of the mugger room if you tried. See, here's the roar in that room. You couldn't get to Ganon that way because that was Zelda's room. That's right.
Yep, so she has to find the workaround. Yep, now that she's heard the roar, she knows exactly where to go. Now, how to get there is the 64,000 rupee question. Were we able to bomb to the north? We were.
And you're able to go to the north here, so she's just going to bully her way through this.
Yeah, Zelda was at the very top right corner here, and Paratroopa just pushes it just to push it. Now going to bomb.
Just in case this does not open up and she has to find a magical staircase, it's good to know where the staircase is. Laz, one more time.
All right, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. 7 hits is what we need. By the way, the plus or minus 2 HP in addition to bosses also applies to Ganon as well. So 7 is what she needs. A Hyrule Driver in her case will only cost her 1 heart.
As you already took right there, but you know, when you have 12 hearts, you're not super worried about it unless you get really stuck in Ganon. There is the final hit. Walk up to the north, Paratroopa. Walk up to the north.
Yep, all she has to do is walk up to the north once, because she's going to see that single shutter door automatically open, just like that.
There it is, and get your GGs in chat for Paratroopa.
I must say, that was a very fantastic level 9. A phrase I always like to say, Rick, it's not how a seed starts, it's how it finishes. And Paratroopa definitely finished strong, but just too little too late.
And Paratroopa says, and I quote, "That was actually much closer than I thought it was."
Only about 13 minutes. What do we have as the official race time GG score for Paratroopa?
Official times are 1:26.54 for homerjsmash, 1:41.24 for Paratroopa, a difference of 14 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yep, 14.5-minute difference. So again, a very competitive race the entire way through, but it is going to be homerjsmash with the 3rd win. We do have Paratroopa here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, I must say, you played very, very well tonight.
I agree.
It's just the fact that level 2, it was kind of a chain reaction, as it were. Homer J played level 3, got the bombs plus, but also there was a bomb upgrade in level 3 for the price just over 100 rupees. Could have gotten you 6 extra bombs.
I felt like I explored all of. Where was that?
It was a bomb. It was a bomb wall you had to find in order to get to that on the, I think, the northwestern corner of that level. So, how about that power bracelet and recorder in level 9?
Yeah, I'm checking the power bracelet spots right now because there's that big secret. I wonder where the third big secret was.
So now we're going to get to find out whether or not the red candle was once again power bracelet blocked. And yeah, chances are the final 140 rupee secret.
There she is.
You found it? Nice. So it was at the forest.
Yep. Well, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, how nice that the seed did not give you the red candle that it was supposed to give you as the white sword item.
Well, I mean, I had fun with this seed because this was like some real OG swordless play. Like, this is blue candle and bombs are my friend the whole way. That's it. They're my only 2 friends in the world. I thought that was kind of fun, actually. Like, my problem with the ABNS format is that it's really kind of a wand hunt. I mean, bow and red candle also matter a lot, but I don't know. It's like, well, if you get one of those items early, then it's great. I prefer to just play it with blue candle and bombs. I actually think that's really fun.
Yeah,
I had so many good bomb plays. And,
yep, there it is.
Plays,
there it is. Yep, it was the coastal power bracelet spot that had our red candle tonight. So there you have it, folks.
And so the big thing here with this seed, kind of, again, as Laz was alluding to, just the fact that Homer J Smash was able to pull out that bow out of 2, which made his search for the wand at 8 a lot easier. But,
yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those things. And I know when you would Homer J Smash finish, you had a few choice words for this seed, which we can't utter here on Speed Gaming. But overall, what was your thoughts on this seed?
I actually thought it was really fun. Like I said, I played really well. I think I just the main reason I lost is just because I didn't find there were some bomb walls that I didn't open that Homer did. And
yep,
and that mostly comes down to that.
Level 2 was the one you absolutely needed to find in order to unlock the seed. I mean, you know, both of you spent a lot of time in level 2, but unfortunately, without the map, it was pretty difficult to determine where you needed to go. And playing Find the Bomb Hole,
and that mixed enemy room was the room that had the map in it. So that was one of the things where his expansive bomb upgrade did help him out in that regards. It did get him to determine that there was that room that he could bomb into. Well, you could have seen it when you went to the mugger room anyway, but it was that kind of just this is the way the seed went. You played it as well as you could have. Yep. Just he did one move different, and that's the move that made a difference. But your 9 was a whole lot better than his. He searched much of that 9 before he got to the path of Ganon.
Mine was super fast. I was really surprised by that. I think I played really well in this seed. My item draws were just so incredibly terrible. Like, I did everything in the wrong order here.
Yep, it was just one of those things, wrong order seed. But I mean, yeah, you did play exceptionally well, and it definitely showed in many spots of the game. And then that level 9, I mean, if this was a closer race going to level 9, the great equalizer would have struck for sure, because your 9 was nearly perfect. It was really good.
I would say it was pretty perfect. I went down the right staircase. The correct staircase, and it took me basically there. And Zelda's right behind Ganon. So
you made the right moves in that level 9, and your 9 was a whole lot faster than Homer J Smash's was. And it also didn't help the fact that you got the unfortunate pair up on the 2-1 versus 1 and 2.
Sorry, say that again.
It's unfortunate that you also got the that luck of the pair up
matchup, right? Yeah, I saw that I got matched up with Homer. I was like, he's surely not 1 and 2, right? He's not. So 2 and 1. So,
yeah. And you know, Homer J, of course, was the recent runner-up in our last Zelda Randomizer tournament. So he definitely has the skills. I mean, no slouch, and he's definitely proved it in all boards, no swords. But I mean, you definitely held your own. And I mean, obviously next week is going to be a must-win for you, Paratroopa. But I definitely think you've got what it takes. And you know, this was again very, very difficult seed. You played it very well. Just Homer routed it a little bit better, had the resources. That was pretty much the difference.
Yep. Do I need to get to 3 and 3? I don't know how this works. I don't pay attention.
I believe you need to get to 2 and 3, and your average time has to be fast enough in order to qualify for the brackets. 3 wins automatically punches you a ticket.
I'm probably out because I just forfeit my games and I'm done because I don't like to continue playing losing races, and I keep forgetting that the tiebreaker is based on time. So I'm probably out of the running anyway, but I'll give it my best shot next week.
Well, we'll see what winds up happening. Any closing thoughts?
Nope, not really. Thanks for sticking with me to the end here.
Absolutely. Let's give it up for both of these runners, Homer J Smash and Paratroopa. GG's to both of them on a fine effort this seed. If you want more all boards, no swords, you can check out the schedule. Next match is coming up tomorrow, 5 o'clock, as we mentioned before between Stun and Kingdoll. And I believe I have marked that match let me see, where did I put that match? This will be on the main SpeedGaming channel with Zos and CD Improv on the commentary, and more matches coming up tomorrow evening as well. All right, Laws, I'm going to let you say the goodbyes. I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you for joining us, and also thanks to Chestrick for doing the tracking.
Absolutely. Of course, please make sure you give both of our runners, Homer J Smash and Paratroopa, a follow. And of course, Adirondack Rick and Chestrick, please make sure you give them both a follow as well. So for everybody here on Speed Gaming, for our 2 runners, for Chestrick, our tracker, and my commentator partner, Adirondack Rick, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you again tomorrow for more exciting coverage of the Legend of Zelda All Boards, No Swords Randomizer Tournament. Good night, everybody.